Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to the Tayal Nathan Show, sharing your stories with Tayal Nathan. It is Tuesday night here in Edmonton. I'm sure it's Tuesday night everywhere, well, maybe not everywhere, and it is minus 100 degrees here. It is crazy, freezing, super duper cold. If I have 50 more adjectives, I'll use it there. It is cold, cold, cold,
Yeah.
and I don't like the cold, so I'm bundled up. But we have a show for you tonight. This is once again Taya Nathan show on the LCC Media Foundation platform. We're getting right into the story. I have my friend here, Abie from the Internet Safety Education Center, and we're here to discuss internet safety. And I know it's a digression from our previous well, it's really not a digression from our previous theme this month or this year. We've talked about knowledge, and this is, boy, if you hear the story we have to tell you today, you'll be so
Mm.
interested in this kind of knowledge. So, welcome everybody. It's nice for you to come on. We're excited to have you here. So, Abby, my dear friend, what's the story? Let's get right into it. You know,
Okay,
you
well,
know,
thank you for inviting me to the show. Very happy, very excited to be here. I've watched you for a while, and finally, I get to be with you, Tayo. Thank you so much, and I love the work that you do here.
thank you so much. I'm happy that you do that. I'm happy you supported us. Yay!
Of course, of course. Like Taya said, I'm an internet safety educator. My full name is Abie Amen, and I'm passionate about teaching children on how to stay safe online, and basically families as well. I teach families on how to stay safe online. So it's not just using the internet, but it's also actually using it effectively and safely, using it to your own best advantage. And I have an organization that promotes that as well. So
Hmm.
today we're going to be talking about a few stories, but I'll kind of start with this one. And we a lot of people are familiar with the social media craze, like there's the one they call Cinnamon Challenge, Fire Challenge, I think
Cinnamon challenge, you said?
Cinnamon Challenge. I can tell you the story on that one, but there are so many. But I will pick a particular one to talk about. Oh, there's
Cinnamon.
the one they call, I guess, sleeping over in the store 24-hour challenge, they call it, where kids sleep over, say, in Walmart, and then they live stream themselves the whole process, and people are actually watching them.
Whoa,
And
whoa, whoa, hold on. Wait, hold on. When you say internet,
yeah,
I'm thinking Google, YouTube,
like
but
YouTube,
maybe a
or,
pornography
or,
popping in
or
your, you
Instagram,
know,
TikTok,
yeah.
Facebook.
Oh, okay. There's all that too. That's now social media, internet. That okay, okay.
Yes, yes. So
Good.
we're kind of, all of this is connected, right?
It is.
Yeah. So there's this particular one I want to talk about is about this young girl. I think she was about the age of 15. US citizen, happened in Oklahoma.
True
So
life story.
yeah, so there was this one time Benadryl challenge that was going on where kids will overdose on Benadryl. And the plan is that they overdose and then they go and they sleep. So it's basically which child can drink the most Benadryl, right? So everybody's drinking and they're live streaming themselves, and people are watching them, or their friends are watching them. Whoever's watching them are saying, "Oh, go for it, go for it." They're getting those comments, they're getting those likes. The videos are going viral. So this particular young girl, she had a good dose of Benadryl, with her thinking that as usual she would sleep and wake up and tell the story after. But unfortunately, that sleep was too long and she didn't wake up. She died.
She died.
Yeah. So she died as a result of that challenge. And a few other deaths have happened to
Wow.
other challenges before too. You know,
Wow.
so
So do they use these challenges to raise money? Because I remember there was that was it the cancer one where you pour a bucket of ice cold water on yourself to know what it
yeah,
feels like?
yeah, the ice bucket challenge. Yeah,
Yeah.
that initially, I think it always starts with a good plan, right? Somebody raises
Yeah.
up this idea and they do this challenge and everybody does it and they raise fun with it, and then it gets into the hands of children or the hands of those who really want their videos to go viral, and they start to do more dangerous things, more daring things,
Hmm.
and they start to get, of course, they get more views. There's always somebody to support something negative online. That's what I noticed. Those
You
positive
know,
things don't get
this
those thumbs up.
Yeah, this story is a bit, when I'm just thinking about it to unpack it, how do you even begin to? I mean, first of all, I feel horribly sorry for I feel totally sorry for the parents
Mm-hmm.
of, the child involved. And it's such a horrible way, a needless way to die. But the
Mm-hmm.
truth of the matter is that it happens, it happens a lot. When we talk about internet safety, I'm thinking about, um, stories of us here in Canada being immigrants, and our parents don't even know how to use the internet or the phone, and our children are watching the wrong things.
Mm-hmm.
That's also another phase of this internet situation. I don't know how to call it, internet trouble, or some
Mm-hmm.
of us who buy, all over the world, some of us, parents who buy iPad for our children. So you have a child who has an iPad, a Wii U, a PS4,
Mm-hmm.
all of them connect now to the internet. They have Facebook Messenger here, I don't, Snapchat. I don't even know. Like I can't keep up now,
Mm-hmm.
and so and that's when you look at all that exposure,
Yeah.
it's really scary. It's really scary. And so then the question is there such a thing as safe internet? Can there be a safe internet? Because today is the safer internet day, right?
Yeah.
Uh, is it possible to have safe internet, or I don't know? What I mean,
I'm of the opinion that the internet can be safer, but it's going to take the work of the it's going to take contribution and determination and the work of everybody whoever uses the internet, right? Is the act of each and every person taking the responsibility and being accountable for how they actually use the internet when it comes to what they post, what they read, what they share basically,
hmm,
and in what way are they communicating. Yeah, so it can be achieved, but it takes a global effort for that to happen. And you mentioned the safer internet day. Yeah, it is actually a thing. I didn't realize that there was anything like that
like,
on the I started teaching
I,
safety
I
myself.
didn't know it was a thing also, but
It's
I
actually,
mean,
yes,
I guess it should be a
yes,
thing too.
celebration. This is actually the 18th edition of the Safer Internet Day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, where there is, the organizations are creating the awareness on safe internet. Basically, how can we make internet safer? Because if you look at it, we're spending more time on the internet than we're actually spending in offline these days. So if we're going to be here, if
You're right.
if we're going to use it, if it's going to benefit us and our children and our generations to come, we have to all together learn ways to keep it safe. So it's not just a matter of littering or throwing things there, knowing that this is not a home for all of us. So the responsibility falls on each and every one of us to be accountable, as per the things that we do online, whether in what we say, in what we do, in what we show, even in what we like, for instance.
Hmm.
So
I hear you.
why do we like things such as a child is drinking SS Benadryl, overdose of Benadryl? Why should that get a thumbs up, right?
It's funny. I don't know you. I mean, it's stress relief, really. And sometimes I don't go on Facebook for weeks, or maybe weeks, 5 days. And then on Saturday, and I'm just looking at the Facebook, and I'm scrolling down. I'm seeing different things. Oh, that one got married. Oh, look at that dress. Oh, is that okay? There's
So
doing this
keeps
program.
you updated.
Say again.
I say it keeps you
You
updated.
just, I'm just looking at my phone. And I'm just staring at it, and it's staring back, and I'm scrolling, and I'm looking, and I'm reading people's comments, and then of course you click a video, it goes on the video page, and then they're showing all these videos of how they make hot dogs, and you're like, ooh, that's what they put in hot dog. And then you look at another one, and before you know it, you spend 2 hours. I'm like,
Yeah,
mommy. I'm like, whoa, and it's really addictive.
it is.
It's addictive, and it's a thing.
So,
It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't matter how holy you are, or how do you say it, um disconnected you are. Once you get the internet, it is addictive. It gets you, and it's becoming a thing that I think you're right. We need to share the knowledge about
mhm,
how to use it. You made a very good point right now about we spend more time on the internet, especially now.
mhm,
Is it that TV or internet? In fact, most people are getting rid of their cable. As far as I know, some people are getting rid of cable and just having internet at home.
yeah,
And you can literally do everything on the internet. Like you can order food, order drugs,
mhm,
order
yeah,
alcohol,
mhm,
delivery, everything through the internet. So internet is very powerful.
It
We all
is.
do this.
It
We all
is.
do this.
If it's not one of the most powerful things that man has ever created, I wonder what it would be like. What would connect us all over the world? And I like that you mentioned about addiction when it comes to internet use, right? And
Mhm.
that's actually a thing. They're actually diagnosing people now of internet addiction. That means
Hmm.
your inability to control yourself when it comes to how much you use the internet. You
That's
know,
a disease now.
yeah, it is. It's actually a mental health disorder where people have to be treated and they have to receive therapy. Although there's an argument with that whether it's really a mental health disorder, but a thing that happens to where a person has no control over, such that it takes over their emotional, physiological life, their safety, and everything else. It is by a whole lot of standard addictive in that sense. And talking about addiction again, I actually want to talk about, say, when it comes to social media, it was intentionally designed to be that way.
Yes.
How you pick
How
one
do you know that?
day and you get into that rabbit hole, you are seeing different activities by different people,
You're
and
liking it or
it
liking it.
sucks you in. There's actually what they call this persuasive technology that businesses use to get their customers. And that is also what these people uses casinos use to keep people to keep coming back. That is
It's
what.
not witchcraft.
No, it's not. This one
They're
is
not
not
charming you from your father's
this
village.
one is not witchcraft. This
It's not
has to
technology.
not technology, it's technology. It's persuasive technology. So
This
basically,
was just,
you know how when people go into a casino and they're using that slot machine and they keep
uh-huh.
using until their whole wealth, their whole
Hmm.
savings
Hmm.
is spent. It's exactly the same way. When you go on Facebook and you're scrolling down, you're scrolling down, you're scrolling down. It's so easy. It's so
This,
easy.
excuse
You're
me,
not
is
having to
witchcraft.
move your fingers, right?
Is a control from the pit of um,
Exactly.
internet. I don't know how to explain it. They are controlling us. Conspiracy theory. This is how we start.
Yeah.
But you're right. This thing is
Intentionally
it.
designed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a and for our viewers also viewers, our listeners out there, and viewers also, sorry, who are listening. Some of us might not understand how important or why we're discussing this today. A story happened. You know, to someone close to me, and I was there and I witnessed it, and it was just interesting of how this little child picked up a tablet and downloaded one of those games from the app store. And I don't know what kind of game this child downloaded, but it turned out that they were sending him, the child, um, notifications. Do you want to chat? Talk to me. You know, and thank God the child told the parents. What if it was one of those childs who were like, oh, sure, I'd like to chat with you. And that is a smaller, that's maybe for younger children,
Mhm.
but this is the whole span of this internet thing that we're dealing with, as powerful as it's just with anything too, you can overeat, right? Food, you can overdrink, you can overdo anything.
Mhm.
Um, and so with this internet thing, I think that what I think I have done is I've casually not respected the internet. I've used it as a tool, as opposed to realizing the power of how we can affect not just me, but even my children.
Mhm.
Because I miss the days of when I remember the days when we were younger, when people come to visit your parents at home, and this is back in Nigeria, and then they'll wait and sit down in the living room, and you say, "Can I give you cold water, sir?" And they'll drink the cold water, and then they'll wait again till your daddy comes back, because there was no phone, there was no texting, there was no app. They'll just have to wait
Mhm.
till somebody came back. There was no internet. I miss those days. It's beautiful, pure, pristine days where there was not a lot of information. And then you have here now where there's too much information, too much everything is all overloaded. You're confused all the time. You don't know what to do. And for good or for ill, the internet is here to stay. So how do we use it?
It is, of course. Of course. And it's going to be more accessible than ever before, Tayo, to,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Mhm.
It's going to be more accessible, more portable. The age at which children are going to be getting smartphones is going to get younger. Right now, it's on the average age of 10 that children are getting smartphones in Canada.
10.
Not a flip phone. I'm saying the
Yeah,
smartphone.
yeah, yeah.
That's
10.
the whole deal. Yes, is the average age of 10. That is not to say that, of course,
I
young.
guess what age though is good? What age is good for you to give your child
There's,
a
there's really
smartphone?
there's really no specific recommended age. It just depends on the child, on the maturity of the child. But for sure, 10 years old is definitely too young for a smartphone. It's like giving a child, I call it like I call it a globe. Just giving the child a globe and saying, do what, just take it. Especially for parents who would give a child a phone without putting those added security or those added measures to it to actually make sure that the child uses it safely. So there's really no specific age, but there's a program in the U.S. that they call Wait Till Eight. Is They call it Wait Till the Eighth Grade, and this would be around say the age 13 or so
Mm-hmm.
before, and they recommend you can give your child the phone. While that is kind of okay, I would always say, you have to actually assess your child. There are some children at the age of 13, they are good and they're responsible. When you tell them how to use it, they're going to follow that line. There's some at the age of 15, they are not ready yet. They are not ready. And how do
Yeah,
you
right.
know a child is ready? Is by what they do if they can follow those rules.
Mm-hmm.
If they can really follow those rules that you have set down to guide the use of that phone, then you know that child is ready. But if that child keeps breaking those rules, they could be 15 and not be ready. Like I've had to take the phone from my son is 15, and I've taken this phone away from him a few times. And I say, well, my son, we you are not ready. And I said to him, me and you right now, we're not ready to have this phone between.
The both of you together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because
We're
yeah,
not
you're right. I
ready.
like that comment. Me and you are not ready together.
We're not. You know,
Because if I can't trust you, then you can't have it.
yeah, because even if I get him to write a phone agreement before I give him the phone, he has a phone agreement. He has his do's and his don'ts. We both signed it. And then he still breaks those rules. And I say, well, come, look at what you just did. What rule number is broken? He goes, so and so. And I say, okay, then what do we do?
Did you say rule agreement?
Oh, yeah.
What did you say? You're a very progressive mom. What did you? What was that again? You make your children sign.
Yes, yes, you have to. Tayo, if we think about how smart these phones really are, if we think about what these phones can do for us, then before we give it to our children, it's really something we got to think about. It's something we have to be ready. As parents, we have to be ready, and the child has to be ready.
You're right. It's like giving them a loaded gun. You know, anything can happen.
You have to give
You're
them
right.
training, and they have to write an agreement to say what the phone is to be used for. And if they go beyond that limit, aspect is just teaching them life in general, letting them know that their rules. The smartphone doesn't mean that that's where your rules end. Of course, there are still rules. You need to be able to reuse it responsibly. Be accountable for your actions there. So if you break any of those rules, what do we do? It could be, well, maybe you can still use the phone, will reduce the amount of time. It depends on the rule you break. That phone can be taken away from you for a very long time.
I'm moving to an island, Sister Abby. I'm taking my friend. We're going to an island where there are no internet. So come back when they're 25 years old.
I
That's
would
what
be
I'm going to do.
surprised. The internet will get to that island before you
No,
know
no, no. We'll go deeper, deeper in the Amazon forest where there's no internet connection. The
it.
internet cannot find us. That way I know they are safe because at this point in time,
I
you
know.
know,
I
it's I'm
know.
scared. I really am scared.
No,
Like I'm scared that
yeah,
I'm scared of this kind of exposure.
yeah.
Once again,
Mm,
people may not understand. Some of us who are of the faith, faith based, we pray these things away.
mhm,
We begin to pray it away.
yeah,
Oh, my children,
mhm.
you pray, and I believe in prayer. God says my heart. I truly do, but I don't know if you can pray internet safety or lack of internet safety away. I don't know. I don't know if it's one of those.
No,
I think Bible says add to your knowledge virtue. I mean, add to your faith virtue and knowledge or something like that.
yeah.
So it's important that we gather this knowledge.
Oh, we can pray concerning everything. The Bible says,
Well, like I said, I believe in prayer, but there are some things prayers won't answer.
yeah,
Knowledge
mhm.
is not going to be prayed away. Like if you study
I
for an
agree with
exam,
you.
if you pray to pass an exam, you don't study for, you lack the
Oh,
knowledge. You
yes.
totally fail it.
Of course. He said, well, pray, even though we pray, we have to pray without ceasing. But I also say faith without works is dead.
Yeah,
Okay.
add to your knowledge,
So
add to your
while
faith
we
virtue
pray,
knowledge.
we
Uh,
have we have to balance it. I
no,
believe.
I say this because I'm this one of those things this year. We talk about revelation, and revelation is knowledge. Revealing is knowledge, and we talk about knowing your 2021. This 2021. We talk about being informed, living your life with knowledge, because in this, knowledge is what raises you. And so
Yeah.
if by that, we as people, mothers, fathers, friends, brothers, sisters, should be more becoming more avid about seeking knowledge.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely,
you
absolutely.
know, if it's a book, so every parent out there should be reading about internet safety.
Mm,
Every mom should be reading about internet safety.
mhm.
Should be looking for resources. Should be looking for how to do those things because, because it's important.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
important that we learn.
You know
You
what?
know,
You actually just talked about every parent should be reading, like even as Christians, and I just bent over and I'm going to show you a book if you permit me.
of course. Let's see.
So this book is called The Tech Wise Family, and this
Oh,
book, it's about this family and how they use technology wisely, and they are Christians. It's a
mm,
they're a Christian family.
mm-hmm,
When I bought the book, I didn't actually even know that they were a Christian family. So I started to notice that they were incorporating a lot of Bible's verses and scriptures.
mm-hmm.
I realized that wow, this is really good, right?
The
So
Teflon family.
yeah,
Okay.
we have to be knowledgeable. The scripture says that buy the truth and sell it not, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, right? So
Yeah.
these are the things that we need to have as Christians, especially in this age. We've got to be knowledgeable. We got to pray.
Yeah.
We have to also know these things ourselves so that we can
We,
empower
you know,
our way.
knowledge is important. I can't overemphasize it. And I say to myself, as I say it out there, I say to myself, and I resay it, I resay it, I resay it. I got to learn more, know more, learn more, know more, because you know, when I think of internet, I think of it as Google information for myself. I think of it as maybe you're doing, your banking, you're reading emails, using it constructively. But that's for me because I'm not interested in any cinnamon challenge. I don't have any desire to do any kind of challenge. At this point in time in my life, if I'm using you, it's because I need you, kind of deal,
Yeah.
right? But then when I look at the generations coming after me, even if I don't need the knowledge, maybe I need the knowledge for them to put them through. Because a lot of this is also peer pressure. The whole idea that a child will think medication is what you are drinking to give you, I mean, and I'm like I said, I'm not faulting any parents. Children do like we did crazy things when we were younger, also. But it's scary that these things happen. But then the thing is, back then when we were younger, nobody saw it. Maybe people that saw it were 5 people and we kept it quiet, it was done. But the whole idea that it can go viral on the internet.
Yeah, and other children can emulate it too. They can copy from it.
Yeah.
They will say,
And
well, if you went viral, I can do better. Like the Tide Pod challenge too. When children were eating Tide, the Tide Pod, where they would eat the Tide Pod and they
the laundry detergent.
laundry detergent Tide Pod. Up to the point that the one of the Canadian police from one of the province actually did an advert saying this Tide is dangerous. It's not to be ingested.
This
You know,
is true.
we had to come to be that petty in a way that
How do you
yeah.
tripods?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that just pure chemical? Like I
It
mean, like
is. It's laundry soap. It's laundry soap, and children were eating it. They were
I
eating
mean,
it. It's
but
proud.
that's the thing again with the internet. There's much good in it, and there's also much bad, and that's the thing with everything. Really, there's got to be, wow, wow,
Yeah, yeah. But
wow.
you know what? Like we said, just knowledge is very important. If we know these things, we are able to guide our children. We are able to say, well, I'm going to give you this phone, but you know that this phone is going to be used for so, 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 and so. And then, secondly, is also creating that open channel of communication, making it a regular discussion. Just like we discuss your schoolwork, we should be discussing their internet activities now more than ever before. Just like
Discussing internet activity.
how was
Mhm.
math or hard science, the same way you should be checking on, oh, what's happening on Facebook, what's happening on Instagram, because they are making way more connections on those social media than they're actually making in school.
Wow,
Yeah,
I
it's a
like that. What
okay.
happens on Facebook?
Yeah, it's a different way of parenting. It's a digital age, a digital parenting. It's a different skill. And you know what? The thing is, what makes it even harder is that our parents didn't raise us this way. Our parents, I didn't know about digital parenting until how many years ago,
Help
right?
my confusion here. Just help
Yeah.
me right now because when you're saying ask about how was your Facebook, what was like your Facebook activity? Say, how do you ask that question?
Of course, what's going on Facebook? Who are your friends? Who are you connecting with? Who are you chatting with? What's trending? What's going viral? Because what's going viral is what's taking their attention, right? So when we see viral videos, who do you think is watching those videos more? Guess.
Viruses?
No. Kids.
No. Kids?
Children are one third users of the internet. They are one third of internet users. So
Wow.
if kids are one third of the viewers of those viral videos, depending on what's on that viral video, children are also consuming it, right? So we
Mm,
need to be checking on our kids that way,
yeah,
right?
right. And truly, we're sum total of what we consume. We are
Yeah,
what we eat. You
exactly.
know?
Sure that you're knowing you are aware of what they're learning, what their new learnings are, so you know how to dilute it or help them unlearn some things that they learn out there, because whether or not we're teaching them, they're learning it from somewhere.
This affects parenting styles because you see, we mentioned the way our parents raised us up. It was
Mm-hmm.
a yell and a stick. You know, it's one of,
Mm-hmm.
the way we grew up was you get yelled at, you get a stick, and then
Oh, yeah.
people they tell you they love you, mwah, they buy you Christmas and you're fine. you know, and so the conversation was not that
Yeah.
your parents were not who you conversed with. No
Mm-hmm.
one were growing up, right? It was like, mommy, so let me tell you about my new boyfriend. Ah, you couldn't say that in my house.
Oh,
You know,
no.
but now you have to be the mother who listens to. So, mom, guess what's trending? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and we as parents, I feel like as a parent, I have to unlearn some of my traditional parenting styles
Mm-hmm.
and get into this tech-wise, viral age, internet parenting, so that we don't lose our children. Because even
Yeah.
as adults, look, let's leave children. Even we adults, some of the things we allow in our homes, you know, some of the things we watch, our parents see us watching it, you know, and
Yeah.
then our children see us watching it and they automatically assume it's okay, you know, or
Exactly. All
even
the
some of us, our parents, as parents, you know, or as elders or role models, you find yourself
Mm-hmm.
always on the internet, always on the phone.
Yeah.
They learn, people pick up, you know,
Oh, they do.
you know, the example. So there's there's a lot of learning and unlearning
They
that
do. They
that
learn quickly. Yeah. I
yeah,
was
yeah.
I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I think her son is probably like 5 or 6 years old now, and she was, chastising her little baby and saying, "Well, that's not good. Stop that. Stop that." And her son says to her, "Mom, stop it. Stop treating my baby brother like that. Moms on YouTube don't do that."
It's true. The moms on YouTube don't do that, do they?
I'm like, "Yeah, well,
Well, mommy, oh, mom's truly on YouTube. Damn, this is
I know,
real.
right? Well,
This is
hopefully
real.
that's the only thing he's learning on YouTube, right? Then we
Hopefully,
have to we as parents these days, our
moms on YouTube don't do
responsibility is way bigger than we ever thought it would be, to be quite honest. Unless of course your children are not on the internet. If they're on the internet, they're living a double life. We have the online life and the offline life,
that.
and these lines, they intersect, right? So we have to let our children know that whatever you do online doesn't stay there. It affects you here as well, letting them know. And we just kind of assume they know, because if we don't tell them, we can assume that they know that, well, any footprint they leave on there is going to affect them. They wouldn't know. And digital literacy is not taught in school. It's not taught in school to a
You
point
have to be taught in school.
children know it. No, it's not embedded in the curriculum. From the
It
way
should be.
No, it's not. But I'm sure we'll get there. But right now it's not. It's
Yeah, but I see your point that we really need to make a case for digital literacy
Yeah,
all around the world because you see,
yeah.
I have friends in Nigeria, you know, who are buying their children iPads at
Mhm.
such an early age, or they're buying them a smartphone, and it's a sign of wealth. And I'm so
Oh,
irritated.
yeah.
I'm irritated that so iPad is now what you are giving to show that
Yeah,
yeah, you've arrived. I mean, like seriously.
yeah.
But we do these things, we do it, and the child is watching some of the cartoons they are watching, some of the languages. I'm like, this cannot be real. This cannot be, But we don't talk about it often because it's such a silent. Um, they said when they created the television, that was the demise of the knowledge because of the need for knowledge. Because before television, you read a book, right?
Yeah.
Television came in, nobody, and then of course Netflix showed up, and we all got screwed binge watching.
Oh,
So now with internet on our hand, then of course
oh,
smartphones became smarter. And I remember the Motorola Razr. That was the first slim phone. I don't know if you remember that phone. The
yeah.
Razr, and after that became
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know, BlackBerry, and then it became smartphone, and then look at that now. And since that then happened, now we've not had peace in terms of what internet can do. And sometimes who am I to say one way or the other, right?
Yeah,
Internet is good, have it on your phone, it's fine, but it just makes our lives more difficult as parents, as
yeah.
human beings, even really, because I can make the argument if it was never there, I wouldn't have looked at it. But now that it's there, what do I do with my time?
Mm,
You know, for a long time I was off Facebook, really off Facebook,
mm,
and people are like, why are you not on Facebook? Why are you not on Facebook? And I'm like, what am I looking for? What exactly?
mm-hmm.
Because the last time I was on Facebook, somebody abused me and said I was too fat. And so,
Really?
of course, I responded in a very bad way, and I feel bad
Yeah,
about that. And I thought, what am I even doing here? If I was never here, they wouldn't have responded and said I was fat.
yeah, yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And so I left, and now I came back on it, and I'm like, I don't miss this so much. All this, you know, lifestyle, all this peer pressure we are living. That person bought a new car, that person bought a new house.
Yeah,
Even with us parents, it affects our mindset.
yeah.
Adults, you look at somebody's Facebook post and want to go and kill yourself. Can you imagine?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And you compare
Mhm.
what is fake to
Oh, yeah.
what is real,
Exactly, exactly.
and it boosts
And
your mindset.
and we forget that there are filters and this and people live fake life online. And
Yeah. Mhm.
even though it be real life, does it? How does it change my own life this way? How does your
Why am I
to
concerned?
improve my life? Well, it's good. It's good for me to like or admire you, but I shouldn't be depressed over your own progress if you painted this as progress because and to be quite honest, a lot of the stories we see online that people share, they're not the whole truth.
How can it be the truth? Are
They're
you really going to tell me what you and your husband did? I mean, like seriously,
not.
how can it be the truth? Of course, there's nobody who tells a story from any other person's angle. So if
Yeah,
I'm telling you a story about myself now, I'll tell you, of course, on the best possible light. You know what I
exactly.
mean? So,
And so we shouldn't be bothered by what people post on there and what. But again,
but we
I
are.
can say this because well, maybe because I take my time and I read about it and I study about it. But you know how many people actually have Facebook depression? Well,
I believe that. I believe that. Like I said, I believe that.
they come on
Somebody's
Facebook and then they are depressed because their friend has just returned from a vacation and that vacation looked like she had a lot of fun. You know,
if they fought all through that vacation, you
ah,
would have known. No, I agree like I said, somebody said something mean to me on Facebook, I got angry and I left it. you know Imagine, and it upset me, like, why in the world?
well, yeah.
What is their business? Did I collect food from and it really upset me, and I had to say, no, let me let me leave, because if I don't leave this, then I can say some things. So I left it. I just, and then Facebook is so wise. Facebook sent me email. Are you sure you want to leave? I'm like, yes. And then they
Oh,
sent
yeah.
it later. Are you really sure you want to? I'm like, I didn't start her. I'm leaving. And then they sent it again. Well, if you're really leaving, I'm like, I'm going.
Oh,
you
they don't want
know,
you.
and they did that. And so even them, they don't want to do, because they know they have the power. It's like that movie, Social Dilemma. Is that the one you were telling me
Oh,
about?
yeah. Pussy the Lima. Yeah.
Yeah, on I think it's on. I've not seen it,
It's
but
on Netflix. Yeah, it's on Netflix.
yeah, it's on Netflix. And somebody was telling me about it, that even those who created the like button on Facebook have said they're not allowing their children ever on social media.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
Those
mean,
social media gurus are not allowing their children. Look, Steve Jobs, bless his memory, he didn't allow his son have the tablet when it came out. The son was 14 as of that time, if I have the age correct. He didn't allow the son.
he
Look
didn't
at
allow his son.
sorry.
Steve Jobs didn't allow his son,
No, he didn't allow his teenage son, who was 14 years old, have access to that tablet when they just made their tablet.
and we stood
Yeah,
outside buying that thing. We
Bill
still
Gates. Okay, Bill Gates and Melinda, they have they limit their children's access to technology. They do. And a lot of them, they don't allow, like, the way in which the ordinary man just buys a phone and gives to their children, or allow a lot of computer and technology access in their home. Those who make it, they don't use it the way the ordinary man uses it. Doesn't that tell us something?
and they would know, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And
It
they're
does.
not secretive about it. They say it. It is a public news. But we don't. Do you actually know that on Facebook there is a parents page, there is a parent safety page? How many parents go there and look and find out safety information that they can use to protect their children?
I didn't even know there was a parent safety page.
Yeah, there's parent safety page on how to use it, how to use Facebook safely. The number one thing there, which I can't forget, is role modeling. They say parents have to role model. If you don't want your kids being on social media for a long time, you as parents don't be on it. Right?
So
And
Facebook is not giving us parenting.
they even told us they're not hiding it. So when we say they are trying to make us addicted, are they really trying to make us
Well,
addicted?
I'm giving you the information. It's up to you.
Exactly.
It's like McDonald's is existing. We know it's bad chicken each time, but we still go and buy it. I don't
There
know.
you go.
Once again, it's witchcraft.
Exactly. We just don't look in the right direction, right?
I mean, it's deep. I tell you because I blame witchcraft for everything. By the way, so
Yes,
because
so-
but the whole idea that they tell you that this is addictive, that you should role model, that you should do this or you should do that, and we don't do it. So they've given us what they call it. There's a word they call it that they've given you the clause, extra
yeah,
clause.
they're giving us the warning.
The warning.
The warnings are there.
But the human behavior, like every time you pass, people who smoke cigarettes see the face of the cancer reading tooth on the cigarette thing, and they still smoke it. So look, I'm not judging. This is not about judging, but it's just the whole point of
Mm,
um, only those who have knowledge and who follow knowledge will progress.
yeah.
Is what it is.
You know
So
what? Yeah,
if
that's
you don't, yeah, only those who accept the knowledge. Because if you're telling me that Bill and Melinda Gates don't
yeah.
allow their children, it's
No,
true. I've heard that a lot of the social media, people who created a lot of these functions on maybe, they're not on it. They actually shut down and they think through. Because how else can you think if you're staying at a screen 24 hours? Would you be able to create this kind of creation? It's
oh no.
impossible.
That's what I
You
said to my daughter. My daughter, she loves she's not into technology much, but she loves to watch TV shows on Netflix. And I
know.
said to her, people who watch TV too much don't get to be on TV.
There's a point right there.
No, they don't, because
It's true. Because if you're watching it, yeah.
you have time practicing what you need to be practicing to get on there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those people who are there, they're practicing 25 hours a day,
yeah.
going to wherever school, learning, honing their art, so wow.
We have to look in the right direction. We have to look for ways to protect our families more. We are responsible for our children. We're responsible for their upbringing, for the information that they get, because every information is part of forms that brain neurons, that brain connection that grows up with them. Do you know they actually say that people don't forget their first view of porn? And guess what? Children, I don't know if I want to end this show with this, but I think I should just say it. Do you know that children are coming across pornography at the age of 10 being their first contact now? Between 10 and 11, children have come across online porn.
It's a yeah. I agree. I believe you.
Yeah. And
That is those children who are saying that they did. There are times when children have seen something that they don't even know that they've seen.
exactly,
I've
some don't
seen,
even they don't even they're not able to recognize what they see.
yeah,
Some are too scared to say what they have seen. Right?
there's also that who do you tell? There's also that who do you tell, right? Yeah,
Out
because yeah, I've seen
out there.
but can I just say something, and this is totally digressing too. I saw some Nigerian music videos. That thing they're showing, some of these are Nigerian music videos. I'm not bashing, I'm just saying some of it can also be considered as soft porn. Some of the way they portray the women, and so when you see that on TV, watching music videos, and then You also see it on the internet.
Yeah,
You know.
Nigeria likes to copy the West, right? And it's sad they don't copy the West in good things. They copy all the negative things that the West.
Even the West, I don't know, is the West that bad anymore? At least the West stars on TV, they have MPG rated. I've heard you say,
Exactly, they are censored, but
yeah,
Nigeria own it. That's a
just,
different story for another
oh,
day.
I know. I
Culture
just,
is
it's
different,
just the total digression, but it just irritated me that,
of course.
those are the things that, we have to do, we come across. But
It's a big concern. It's
where can we find you,
a
sister?
very big concern. Yeah. Well, thank you for asking. I'm here in Edmonton. Center here is located in Edmonton on the west end. The exact address is 15397 117th Avenue, and we are right here in Suite 104. And contact number is 780-263-1775. And you can also find us on our page on iPhase Center. iPhase as in IPHASE Center on Facebook here as well. And I was just going to quickly talk about a book that we wrote here on internet safety, and I do have Tyler's permission to show it to you. So this book is called He Sounds Like a Good Boy. And it has to do with online gaming, how children game online, and then they talk to strangers, and of course these strangers starts to seem like friends, and then they trust these strangers totally, right? And there is a lesson to be learned in this book, and you can find this book on Amazon. You can find it by just texting, also going onto our website, which is ifacecenter.ca. But you can find it readily on Amazon, or you can text us at 27263, I believe so, 1775.
Amazon at the very
Trying to
Amazon.
memorize our number. Anyway, yeah, so
Sounds like a good boy.
he sounds like a good boy, is the
I
name.
like the title
Yes.
because they all sound good. Like if you met the
Exactly. They sound good and they sound deceiving.
Yeah,
Children,
I mean, if you met the devil doesn't have two arms. I don't imagine. I've never met him, but I
no,
don't
no.
imagine he works about with two
They
arms.
wear like a French suit, and they're looking all
Yeah, it's always deceitful,
you
but
know.
it's what it is. And
Yeah.
wow, I'm
Yeah.
so happy that you came. My mindset is totally shifted for about internet. I think I've taken it for granted. I've not really paid attention to what it can do, And I think now, I have two books I have to read now on my reading list. Lord help me, tech wise, and it sounds like a good boy. I've glanced through it sounds like a good boy at the time, so but I haven't really read it. I have. Let me not lie. It's not good to lie on here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is the LCC Media Foundation, LCC Media platform. My name is Tayo L. Nathan. This is the Tayo L. Nathan Show, sharing your stories. Um, we'll be back here next week, Tuesday, at the same time. Please like us, share our content. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook. Um, and please also, today is the Safer Internet Day. For all of us who's listening to or who may listen to this show, the takeaway from this is internet is real. You need the knowledge for you to know how to use it. It's not to be taken lightly.
Mhm.
Every information that you expose yourself to has the potential to affect you for good or for ill. Your children, your family, information is good when it's used right, when it's used well. And good information, bad information, all this information. And so, however it affects you, however you choose to let it affect you, where are your filters at? Your mental filters, your emotional filters, your um, sensory, where are your filters? Are you filtering properly for yourself or your family? People are depending on all of us to do this and to understand internet safety. So I
Mhm.
say this to say that Sister Abie, I'm so used to calling you Sister Abie. I really should say Abie.
No worries. No
Oh,
worries.
Sister Abie. What is the last word? You give us the last word as we end the show tonight.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna say, in celebration of the Safer Internet Day, it says that we can make it a safer internet together. Like we can do this together. We can treat it like our father's house. We can treat the internet like our home, and use it responsibly, and be accountable for our actions on it online. Be accountable for our actions online. And most of all, I come from a child safety perspective, and I say, you got to keep the children safe online. We got to educate them, protect them however you can. If you need the knowledge, get it. And there are many organizations out there like ours at the IFA Center. We are here to support you, to help you with the information that you need to keep your children safe. And we also directly educate children on how to stay safe online. Please get in contact with us, and we'll be happy to give you that free education and those free resources that you need to be safe and with your family online. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a safe week. Enjoy the cold or the heat, wherever you may be. Either which way, may the blessings of God be with you.
Yeah, you too.
This show, as I always say, is inspired by the Spirit of the Living God. If you want to know Him, email me. Thank you once again. Enjoy. Bye bye.